Sitting at my desk at work that morning, I had no idea this day would become one of the most important of my life and come to define my dreams, my career, and my views on technology and society in so many ways. But I already knew that it was going to be a very special day, or at least a very strange one. I had stopped by my desk for a quick breather. I don't normally start the day tired. Most of the time, I'm a morning person, one of those terribly perky people who are always ready to roll even before their morning coffee. But I was 35 weeks pregnant at this stage, and the baby felt like it weighed 50 pounds. At a short 5 feet 2 inches, I was officially all stomach and none too sprightly on my feet. I'd also been at work for about 80 hours, and things were only just getting started. My desk was a mess of call sheets, floor plans, and the wreckage of discarded takeout meals. I slumped in my chair and took a moment to collect myself. Suddenly, the mess began to buzz. I fumbled wildly beneath the papers for my phone. I tapped the keypad and pressed it against my ear. "Randi!" boomed an enthusiastic voice. "It's Ron!" It was Ron Conway, the legendary Silicon Valley venture capitalist. He's a good friend, and I have all the time in the world for Ron on any occasion. Well, almost any occasion. This time, I wilted slightly in my chair. It was too early, and I was too tired for such a rousing greeting. "Hello, Ron," I said, forcing as much energy into my voice as I could, hoping I sounded less leaden than I felt. "What can I do for you?" Ron paused for a moment. Then he spoke, as focused and earnest as he always is. "Listen, Randi, I need you to get MC Hammer in to see the president." For a moment, my brain struggled to process the sheer unlikelihood and absurdity of what I'd just heard. And then I began to smile. Suddenly, I felt a lot less tired. The president's motorcade was on its way to Facebook. This was the day I'd been waiting for, the crescendo of my entire career to date. The call had come in from the White House exactly 2 weeks earlier. At Facebook, I was often contacted by people asking us to do events with them, sending movie scripts for our consideration, and pitching opportunities for our executives. Most of the time, these invitations weren't exactly right for us, and I was used to politely declining several dozen a day. Then, out of the blue, the White House Communications Office phoned. They had seen some of my Facebook Live broadcasts and were wondering, would Facebook be interested in hosting President Obama for a town hall event in 2 weeks? It's not every day that you get a call from the White House. So even though I knew we would have to move mountains to pull this one off, even though all we had was an empty warehouse and a couple of cameras, I did the only sensible thing. I agreed on the spot. Not only did the president want to come to Facebook to talk to our employees, he also wanted to answer questions submitted by people on the website as part of a Facebook Live event. The town hall would be streamed live, and people could tune in on Facebook to watch and ask questions. This was no idle PR stunt. The president was coming as part of his nationwide tour to make his case for a new economic policy, a strategy for cutting the deficit while maintaining investment and growth. For the president, it was a tough moment politically, and it wasn't clear whether he would prevail over congressional Republicans. For Facebook, this was a defining moment. The president had every distribution channel available to him to communicate to the country. But out of every website, every TV channel, every radio station at his disposal, he had chosen Facebook as the best way to speak directly to the nation. Power, drama, technology. All the makings of an epic marketing moment for Facebook. Even as I digested the basic details of the event, my brain was already racing through the possibilities of what we could do and what we needed to do to host the president at Facebook in only 2 weeks. We worked nonstop for 13 days.